What's going on, everybody? This is JMO back again, bringing you a hardcore setup guide for the Titan, and this is specifically for hardcore, not core. I know that there's a lot of players out there that have started using the Titan and haven't really used it much before, so they don't really know what attachments to use for this weapon. So hopefully the setup guide will help you narrow down what you should be running with it. Now, what you're looking at here is my favorite Titan variant, as well as the attachments that I like running with it. Now, the reason that I specifically like this variant, it's because of the jackpot perk, which gives you an extra 10% in your score whenever you get any kills, which allows me to be able to get into my score streaks quicker. As far as that haste perk, that gives you, I believe, a 3% increase in mobility, so it does allow you to move a little bit quicker. But the main reason is the jackpot perk, which is the reason that I like this particular variant. However, this video is not about which is my favorite Titan variant or which attachments I personally use. This video is about helping you figure out what attachments you should be using. So the only attachments that I'm going to be going over is going to be 5 of them. Well, 4 of them. One of them is going to be the sight, which I know when you go for certain challenges, like when you have to run 5 attachments, the sight does not count as one. Now, out of the 5 attachments, 3 of them you should definitely be using. The other 2, this video will hopefully be able to help you figure out whether or not you need them or not. So the very first thing that you need is to get rid of the default sight. You need to change the default sight to something else, and I will go over in a little while of why you need to get rid of the default sight. But as far as the first 2 attachments that you should definitely be running with, this should be the foregrip. The foregrip should definitely be one that you should be running, and you will see in a little while the reason why you need to be running the foregrip. The second attachment that you definitely need to be using is the quick draw. SMGs and assault rifles already ADS quicker than the LMGs, so the quicker you're able to ADS, the better chance you have of winning a gunfight. So definitely run the quick draw and a foregrip. Now, the next 2 attachments to consider will be the particle lamp and the suppressor, or not using either one of them or both of them together. Now, the reason these are important is because the Titan is a 1 or 2 shot kill and hardcore, so these 2 attachments will help determine the range of the 1 shot kill. So for that reason, these are the attachments that I'm going to be covering in these upcoming tests. Now, here's the first thing I mentioned you need to get rid of, this default sight. Look where the arrow is. There's an enemy on the right side, and this default sight completely blocks them off and you can't even see them. Now, look at the difference when I use an elo sight, for example. I have my target in sight, but I'm also able to see my right side without anything blocking me off. So for this reason, change the default sight to a sight that you're comfortable with, but will not be blocking your view. Okay, so now grip. This is the reason you need grip. Now you'll see me shooting this first few shots using no grip whatsoever. So you will go ahead and see the pattern, and I put it to where the magazine only had 10 bullets left, but for some reason it's only showing 9 here though. But anyways, so this is me shooting 10 rounds without grip. Now here I am with 10 bullets left in my magazine, once again shooting from about medium to long range. And the reason that I'm actually doing this recoil test from this kind of range, it's because it's an LMG, so most of your engagements will be from medium to long range. So this will give you an idea of the pattern of the bullets when you use grip as opposed to when you don't use it. So once again, here's 10 rounds, but for some reason, once again, it only shows 9 of my bullets. Now, the first 2 bullets did not hit the exact same spot, so I really don't know what happened to the 10th round though, but here's the pattern. And by the way, I did not try to control the recoil whatsoever, so I just pressed the trigger and let the recoil do its thing. Now here's a better view of where the shots landed. So keep in mind the one on the right side is with the grip and the one on the left side is without grip. So the main difference was the first 3 shots. If you notice on the first one without the grip, the first 3 shots were a little bit spread out, and again this is from medium to somewhat long range. Where on the right side, if you look at the first 3 bullets, and once again this is without me controlling the recoil whatsoever, look at the tight grouping on the first 3 bullets. Those rounds were very close to each other, and so keeping in mind, since the tightness of 1 to 2 shot kill in hardcore, those first 2 shots are definitely important. So the closer that the rounds are, the better. So for this reason, I absolutely always run grip. In the beginning, when I first started playing with the Titan, I wasn't using grip in the beginning. I was only using the suppressor, but I started realizing that I was getting a lot more kills from long range when I was using grip as opposed to when I wasn't. So this is why. Now the following is what most people have a hard time trying to figure out whether they need or not. Do I need the particle lamp, which is nothing more than long barrel for LMGs? Do I need the suppressor? Do I need both of them? Or do I just not need neither one of them? So as I mentioned, the Titan is a 1 to 2 shot kill in hardcore, so I'm about to show you the 1 and the 2 shot kill range using none of these attachments, using the particle lamp, using the suppressor, and using both the particle lamp and the suppressor combined. So this is what this portion of the video is going to show you. So this is the 1 shot kill range with suppressor, and then between these 2 pillars right over here, that is the 1 shot kill range with neither particle amp or suppressor. So again, this is with suppressor. So now let me show you the distance. Now first, let me show you the 1 shot kill range without either the particle amp or the suppressor, which was in between those 2 pillars. So as you can see, it's a pretty good range with neither one of those 2 attachments. Now with suppressor. And this is like the middle of the tank vehicle. So as you can see, it has a really good range with a suppressor, and you still get that 1 shot kill. Now this is going to be using the particle lamp, and this is the 1 shot kill range with the particle lamp. So let me go back all the way back over here where I was, and then I'll show you the 1 shot kill. So here you go. So that is the distance. So you can see the difference between the suppressor. Look at the body. 1 shot kill with the suppressor from over there. A little bit further down, no attachments in between those 2 pillars, and the particle lamp gives you this little extra range right over here. So this is for you to determine, does this little extra range worthy of you using the particle lamp? You see this? No attachments right there. Suppressor. Once again, as you can see, the ranges with the 1 shot kill is not that much of a difference. Now this is the 1 shot kill range using both the particle lamp and the suppressor. So as you can see, it's almost the same length of the 1 shot kill using both the suppressor and the particle lamp as when you don't use neither the particle lamp or the suppressor. So really, by running both of them, you're just extending the 1 shot kill range by just a little bit. So personally, I would not be using the particle lamp and the suppressor combined. You know, once again, this is with suppressor right here from that range. So you can see that that's a long range for the 1 shot kill with the suppressor. Both particle lamp and suppressor right here. You see that? And look what the suppressor is, just a little bit more. This is neither the particle lamp or the suppressor, once again from the range over there. And look, just a little bit more with the particle lamp. So once again, you look at the body in front of me. the one-shot kill range without the suppressor and the particle lamp is not that much of a difference as to when you use the particle lamp. So for me personally, I would either use the suppressor or just not use it at all and not really use the particle lamp. Most of my gunfights are at around medium range, and as you can see, the one-shot kill range in the middle of that vehicle, it's a pretty good range. So like a smaller map like Genesis or Grounded, the suppressor would be good enough. Now finally, why I use the suppressor. Listen to this and look at the flash. This is without suppressor. So as you can see, the flash, it can be pretty distracting to some, but more importantly for me, it's very easily for you to get spotted when they see the flash from long range. So you'll be giving your position away, especially if the enemy calls in a UAV. Now, here it is with suppressor. So let me go ahead and die. Now I'm back with suppressor. So as you can see, it's a little bit quieter, but more importantly, the flash is not a distraction, and it's harder to for the enemy to spot where you're shooting from, as opposed to when you have that flash without the suppressor. And some people, think that using the suppressor helps better the recoil. So you can see the patterns on the left side without the suppressor, and on the right side with the suppressor. And I was actually trying to control it a little, but you can see the one on the right side, it does appear to have a little bit tighter grouping. So let me go ahead and get closer so you can see. So look at the one on the left, look at the one on the right. The grouping is almost the same, it just seems a little bit tighter on the right side. But once again, it's not really much of a difference as far as the recoil. Once again, my main reason is to get rid of that flash, and then also in case of an enemy calling a UAV, I stay out of the map. And also it's not quite as loud, so it's a little bit harder for the enemy to tell where I'm shooting from. And this is it for this Titan hardcore setup guide. I hope you found it helpful. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and would like to keep up with upcoming new content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch you all soon.